friends uncool, and what you do is nothing to brag about, unless it's something everyone has been talking about. Oh, wish that they had. If it's branded as valuable, and if it gets a lot of looks, if your social status improves, then she might take interest in you. But that's the only reason why she would. She's not a good person, she's only cute, and this selfish, shallow piece of shit inside of her makes her ugly as sin. Time and time again, I've given her a chance. It almost believed that there was a human inside of her that really fucking cared. But I asked for too much, invested in a hollow, empty shell, the kind that gets filled with superficial trash. Not a soul, no heart. My friend, the monster, eats and sleeps and breathes the struggles of individuals just like us, sustained by your grief. My friend, the narcissist, only cares about how good you can make her look emotionally.
What's up, guys? We have myself, Tyler here, and look at this. No one told me that today was going to be Tyler and the Reinschmitz. How's it going, guys?
Tyler and the Reinschmitz. I like it. Leading the show, you're taking it on. It's good. Carson is out today. He was trying to connect through his hotel internet, which was hotel internet.
Yeah. Wouldn't you know?
Classic.
So we have sad cake. No cake here today. Another sad day without cake, but that's okay. We have, would you believe it or not, a replacement for him again for this episode. Well, we didn't replace him last episode, but I am brought to you by the great Reinschmitz. How's it going, guys? We have Jimmy Guagdiggly here to, I have to make sure I get this right, to my left. Actually, everyone's to my left, so it doesn't matter, but got Jimmy Guagdiggly, Reinschmitz. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. I just got a new light set up that's kind of janky. Probably going to return it, but it's looking good, and I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time setting it up.
Well, you're not the only one looking good. It's almost like you guys are in like the same area because we got Lydia over here. Liddy Lou, Ryan Schmidt. How's it going?
Yeah, good. You know that light's a piece of shit.
Who bought it?
It's a great light. We just went and bought it.
Who picked it out though?
Me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can talk about it then.
So what happened was when we got it home, we had to literally take it apart to get it to work. And he had to unscrew it because whoever screwed the screw in to make it work together.
Yeah.
It's got a clip. It's got a sliding clip. And it was like screwed down so that the sliding clip didn't even fucking move. And I had to unscrew like all this just to get it to work. And then when I screwed the top in of the light, it's supposed to mount it on top of the tripod, and it's just like janky. It just wobbles. It doesn't even like screw in tight. It's so stupid.
So we can't touch it.
So shout outs to Husky for making one of the worst tripod stands I've ever seen, in the fact that it works so well, but it just doesn't come together.
It's supposed to be cool to the touch, and I'm thinking about trying that out.
Cool, touching it.
Touch it. Yeah, no, it's not supposed to be hot on the light. And I was like, I'm gonna touch it to see if I burn myself.
It's 1500 lumens. I told her there's no way it's gonna be cool after an hour of being on.
Most likely, but I guess we'll find out. Add that to the list of things we do on our outro. Have her just go ahead and give it a nice old slap. See how that works.
I will. I'll do it.
Jumping in here, I'm going to bring back our good old tried and true section of what you're doing because I want to see what everyone's going up to, especially since we have a new person here. We have no idea what you've been doing your entire life, Lydia.
My entire life?
Well, we'll keep it short. What have you been doing over the past week at least? We'll talk about that.
Working at daycare. Yeah, a lot of fun. And watching Jimmy try to put his computer back together. It's pretty enjoyable.
I'm sure we're gonna hear all about that.
Oh, you will. When you ask him what he's doing, you're gonna hear all about it.
Leave that for me.
Oh, I will. And other than that, not a lot. Just reading and rewatching Big Mouth with Jimmy.
You went to the basketball game.
Oh, I did. I went to the basketball game, the state basketball B, class B or whatever. Went to that. My cousin was playing. They lost.
Oh, okay.
Colstrip won.
That's a little sad.
Colstrip won, and I was pretty happy for them because it's a really tiny town that has nothing.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, all right, cool.
Is this university?
Montana.
No.
High school.
Just
okay.
high school.
Yeah.
She's going to go to MSU, though. She's going to play on their basketball team.
Well,
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing that. How many years is that? 4 years? Is she just beginning?
4 years.
Okay.
No, she's going to be a freshman this next year.
All right, make note, Carson, if you're watching, 4 years from now, we're bringing her on the podcast. I'm not going to remember that. You set that in your calendar. That's not for me to remember for sure.
She's going to school to be a graphics designer.
Really?
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't see, but this stream needs help. So please phone me when you need a non-paying job. Yeah. Internship with the popular podcast.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
I think I'm ready to hear of literally the greatest saga since the Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, arguably. The Ryzen saga. Jimmy, what's going on?
Oh, gosh.
So I got like so fed up with troubleshooting everything that I just said, screw it, I'll start from the top. Put in my 750 Ti into my computer and it just like didn't crash anymore. And so I sent in my graphics card. Shoutouts to Azus for making some of the like buggiest shit I've had to deal with. I love you, Azus. Tyler will argue with me on that, but I love you, Azus. But man, this computer has given me so much trouble, and I just want it to be over. So please let this be the last RMA I ever have to do on this computer. Please, just fix the card. I'm sure it's the card because it was working fine after I took it out. I don't know how this has come to be, but it's just fix it.
I really hope it gets fixed because I'm sick and tired of sharing my computer.
I understand. I'm in that same life. Last week, we built Lexi her computer, all her nice Intel Coffee Lake. Yes, Jimmy. But she didn't have a graphics card, so she took my 1070 for my minor. And so I'm always like, man, I'm going to play this nice, cool game on this really fancy machine with my graphics card. And then she's like, are you on my computer? And I'm like, no. She's like, I want to play a game. So it's been a struggle. I understand.
Yeah.
Dude, give me for the new time comers, because we always are pulling new people. You know, I've been posting these on Pornhub now, so I'm trying to racket the views.
Well, then you're gonna have to like take your shirt off or something.
Oh, I don't have anything underneath it for sure. Like I'm ready.
Okay, all right.
But give us the quick TLDR of the Ryzen saga for the people that don't know.
Of my computer?
When it started, what you did, and how we got to where we are now.
So it started like about a month after I built my computer, and it just has all these random crashes, black screens, nothing going on with it, no sort of response. I'll press the power button, it's black screen, it won't even turn off. I'll hold the button for like 6 years, it won't turn off. And so I have to like kill the power switch. And so I tried troubleshooting my RAM. I put it in another person's computer. I tried doing my drivers. I tried replacing the graphics card before I put the 750 Ti back in.
Mm-hmm.
I sent off the motherboard twice to Azus to hopefully get them to RMA, and they said it wasn't it. They couldn't replicate it. So I took the second time and I believed them. And I didn't believe him the first time.
No one did.
I thought it was the motherboard.
No one believed him the first time. I definitely didn't.
And so
I didn't either.
I don't know, man. I replaced every single part. I bought a power supply from Best Buy, and it put it in, and I was like, it's gotta be, because it was like blacking out. The first thing I did was buy the power supply, and that didn't work. It like died. I plugged it in and like 2 minutes into the new power supply, it died. I was like, fuck this.
Power.
So,
and then I had to go return it.
Hey,
So
we got the return on that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and so then I finally tried the graphics card again after like 6 months, and it was a graphics card, I guess.
Yeah, see, that's what doesn't make sense to me, because I I just YOLO told you to try the graphics card on the components, but I felt like you already tried that before. So maybe Asus did fix it, I guess, and they just lied to you? Maybe there was a problem?
Maybe there was a problem with the board and they fixed it and didn't tell me.
I think so, honestly.
I do. Yeah. But then I think there was also a problem with my graphics card.
Well, yes, we know that now.
We definitely know it. We definitely know the graphics card was messed up, but I do think that there's something going on with the power on the motherboard because it just routes power weird. I don't think it was working.
Here's the real question. What's going to be next when this one comes back?
Coffee Lake. If this doesn't work, we're going Coffee Lake. You're done, dude. You need to switch.
I'm just gonna buy everything now. I'm going Intel.
Welcome to the Coffee Lake side, please.
Well, I feel like we've covered my computer enough times. So, Tyler, I almost called you Carson. Tyler, tell us what you've been up to, man.
Well, I will say close second. No one can really top Carson. So I appreciate that compliment, at least. Call me close first. But, I haven't been doing too much. I'm trying to honestly think. I have Monday, Tuesday off work this upcoming week. I have training days, so I'm doing some catch up on some web development classes and things like that. Try and get that out of the way as fast as possible because, ironically, number one, Carson is about 3 hours north of the cities here in Minnesota. So I'm hoping to show him around at night, get him a good experience with alcohol. That's all I really know, but it'll be good. That's what I'm looking forward to, at least. I've actually been starting to try and pick up more games to play. I started playing Worldstar, so I'm gonna start playing Worldstar with a friend of mine, and then I picked up this game called Elsword. It's ELSWORD, and it's like, how do I explain it? You know how like when you played arcade games in the past, you played that X-Men game, and it's like the side scroller, but you can like move all around and stuff. You remember that game?
Yeah. I saw it.
They have like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles version and like the Simpsons one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that, where like it's like a side scroller, but it's not 3D. It's 2.5D. So like the characters look 3D, but it's just linear basically.
Yeah.
It's basically like a dungeon crawler. So you go into a dungeon and you just side scroll and you have to fight people. And I don't know. It looks okay. It like feels weird, but I don't know. It's kind of fun. So I'm hoping to put some more hours into that. It's like a game that I can actually play because I'm just so sick of League of Legends. I'm so sick of these Overwatch people, and these PUBG people, and these Fortnite people. Blake and I were going in on this. Shout outs to Blake, but I'm so sick of these new video games, man. I just need something. I need to go back. I don't know.
Play some Sims.
No.
No.
I'll play like Lexi's been playing the new Age of Empires. I'll play like Age of Empires 2. Like Sims is Lexi's thing. That's not my thing. I tried to play this game that I started in 2006 and it closed in 2015, and I'm like, God damn it! But
speaking of old school Age of Empire type games, man, when are we getting that? Maybe once my computer's actually working, we should get that Battle for Miller stuff going.
Yeah, how are you gonna come in here and tell me when are we gonna do this? We're gonna do this when you can actually play the game. You know what I mean? Like when it's actually physically within the realm of you.
Well, the worst part about it all is because of the power shutoffs and the way that they are, it's like completely wrecked my hard drive, because it doesn't shut down properly. So I have to like clean once it all gets fixed. I have to like clean install Windows again.
Wait, why? Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. My programs are not like I'll open up my computer and like Google Chrome will be like open, and I'm like, dude, I didn't even have Google Chrome open before. And it'll just like pop up, like stuff will just like be open and it won't close properly.
Well, but didn't you do that like recently? I thought you had like some issue and you had to wipe it anyways.
Yeah. I did. It was the same problem, but it just the more it happens, the more it does. Like it just continually screws it up because it doesn't write the outcodes right, so it doesn't shut anything down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but hey,
that's all I have to do.
Exactly. I learned a long time ago that I keep a light suitcase. I have like all my important stuff in my Google Drive, and then I just wipe my computer every 6 months because I just know it's gonna start to suck ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I burn everything to the ground, and I just keep the important stuff, the music, the pictures, and everything else. Just torch it.
So let's move on to some torching here because we have literally a fire conference that just happened. Conference, what do you want to call it? Event. Nintendo Direct just happened. Any of you guys like watch a little bit of that or anything?
I watched some of the announcements, but I didn't watch the actual show. I just saw like this and that, the spotlights, if you will.
I watched a video that was on the Smash Bros thing, but that was it.
Yeah, all my favorite videos put out like 5 videos on it, so there's a lot to watch.
Yeah. But
I'd like to run through it because I talked to someone about this, and I basically talked about how this is a massive announcement. It's not like the biggest one in Nintendo's history, but I had this really big argument with my friend about how I said the Switch was the equivalent to the N64, and they were like, well, it's the equivalent to the PlayStation 1, because the PlayStation 1 is technically like one of the biggest devices of that time and stuff, but I still like the N64 better, so fuck you.
It's so good. I love the N64.
I do.
It's hard not to relate it to the Nintendo. I feel like it is the 64. I mean, PlayStation 1 was the first console, and the 64 wasn't. So I feel like the 64 analogy is a lot better.
It's what it feels like to me, but I did look up the numbers, and the PlayStation 1 sold like hundreds of thousands more, millions more copies. So I will probably say that's the logistical answer at least.
Sales. If you're gonna go sales wise.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's just run through it here. I just have like a list of everything and that I created just based off of what was announced, and just kind of go through to see what you guys think. Have you guys ever played a Mario and Luigi game before?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think about this? I'm not too excited overall that Nintendo is pushing more games on the 3DS still overall, but I am excited for the new Bowser's Inside Story remake. What do you think?
I thought that too. I thought it was weird they were still coming out with a lot of games for the 3DS. If they're going to try and push the Switch, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like they're a little mutually exclusive, but I feel like the 3DS, I just don't care enough about portables anymore. I mean, when I was a kid, it was super. I loved the portables, like driving in the car, but
we have smartphones now, and you could just get a portable game for free on your phone.
Yeah,
it's
emulators,
just so much easier.
Yeah, play your Game Boy Color, on your phone in the first place, or just a full MMO for that matter, like MOBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I like the idea of the Bowser game and some of the other ones that I saw. I'm blanking on. What was the one that you read off earlier, Lydia, for the 3DS?
The WarioWare?
WarioWare Gold, yeah.
WarioWare.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome game. But
it does.
The platform, I'm not super down for.
No, I agree. I didn't think that when I saw it was going to be on the 3DS, I was like, why?
Hard. It's hard. It seems like Nintendo's new strategy, honestly, is just, hey, Switch, major, 3DS, ports. Because that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, just quickly going through the list here. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is a remake, basically, on the 3DS. It does include a side story, Bowser Jr.'s story, but that's whatever. WarioWare Gold is a new release in the WarioWare franchise, normally on like the Wii and stuff. But Luigi's Mansion, that's a 3DS remake. That's not a full game.
Yeah.
We also just saw Majora's Mask and... Was it Majora's Mask? I think it was Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time get remakes on the 3DS too within its lifespan. And then there's one other new game called Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. No idea what that is.
Never heard of it.
I have not heard of that either.
But you know what I mean? It seems like Nintendo's basically saying, hey, 3DS is going to be, we're going to take these old school games and remaster them. And they'll look great because it's on the 3DS. But
yeah.
But it's just a remake.
It's nice.
Exactly.
It's nice for people who have a 3DS. I've been trying to steal my brother's forever just to play some games like the Pokemon games mostly, and hopefully he'll hand that over to me someday, and I can play some old school games. I mean, I think it's cool. Do I think it's like revolutionary and awesome and fun? Like, yeah, not really, but it's nice.
Is it borderline cash cow or?
I think Borderlands not. Yeah, it's definitely a cash cow. But is it?
Yeah.
But is it malicious? I don't know. I think it's nice.
What do you think, Lydia?
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking about. I got the DSi, And when I got that, the first game I bought was Super Mario because I didn't have the Nintendo 64 anymore because my parents. And I was so stoked to play it again. And they did a really great job on it. So that was nice. But if you already have those other things, then you're not going to, I don't know. It's going to look good.
In your case, because I know you already have a lot of this.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I'm going to say.
I'm obsessed with it. But it's going to look good.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice. And you're going to be able to play it portable. That's the whole point. So,
I mean, I'm going to also throw this out here. I don't know if you guys are aware, but obviously you guys like Pokemon. I mean, there's only a few of my friends that don't like Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know that they're literally putting the entire catalog on the 3DS virtual store, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I did not hear
so
that.
they have so right now on the 3DS, if you want to, you can buy and download red, blue. I think they did green. They think they did yellow, and then they did gold, silver, and crystal too. It's a little spendy. I think it's like $10.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Wait, how's that spendy? I think that's a fair price.
I mean, yeah, for today's day and age, it's not a bad price.
I'm surprised they're that cheap. I would be more shocked if you were telling me they're like $40 still. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. But $10, man, I'd throw that down. Jacob, send me your DS. And I'll buy every Pokemon game and I'll be happy.
And they're online. They literally changed it so it's online now. Yeah.
What? Yeah, dude, hook me up with that. That's more exciting to me than any 3DS announcement we've had here. That is exciting. I want that.
Yeah, you need that so that when your computer doesn't work,
oh man,
you can play that.
The knives, they are so sharp as they dig into my back. But it's true. No, I mean that's true because that's why the 3DS is there. It's supposed to be that pocket portable on the train, long battery life. You know, I'm just waiting for something at the DMV. But so if they're making the 3DS the remake city, you know, we already have the Pokemon games up and we have Luigi's Mansion, these other things. Is that enough for someone to go out and buy it that doesn't have it?
It's looking like it for me.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
We don't know what the limit is. They might go into, you know, Ruby and Sapphire again too, and then we might have, you know, Fire Red, Leaf Green remakes on there too. I don't know where the limit is.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised that they didn't stick with that. You know, like why didn't they just throw the Fire Red on? I get some other people may like it, but just give me the updated graphics and stuff. I don't know. That's my personal.
No, I agree with that. That's what I was just thinking about when you were talking. That they should definitely upgrade it.
So then the other question is, well, the big question is, since Nintendo's apparently gearing up to have a virtual console system for the Switch, what's the possibility that they're just going to release all this on the Switch anyways, and then what's the point of the 3DS? I mean, if you had everything in the virtual store on the 3DS and you didn't have a 3DS or a Switch, would you get the 3DS over the Switch, honestly?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, let me put it this way. The only way that I'm going to play the Pokemon games is on portable because there's so much, they're so accessible that I can just, the thing that it brings me down about a lot of portable games is the inability to just play through a level, set it down and go do something else.
Right.
And one of my favorite portable games was the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker because it was just like quick missions. They weren't long and it was something you could pick up, play, put down. And that's what I really like about Pokemon is that anytime I can just shut the thing, go do whatever I have to go do, you know. And for games like that, you can't go anywhere else for the 3DS, right? I mean, that's what it is. And I don't think it's mutually exclusive, but if you only have so much cash to throw out, you're going to go with the Switch.
I mean, I just looked it up too because I wanted to actually have a good idea financially, and you can get the 2DS with the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time remake for $79 right now, brand new.
Wow.
So that's like an extra $100 to download all the Pokemon games you want, and then you basically are still about $100 under the Switch.
Yeah, it doesn't seem unreasonable. I actually totally forgot that the Switch is portable because I wouldn't even use it for that. I mean, like if I'm gonna play Pokemon, I'd bring around this pad and play it, even though it might be cool, and I might do it, but it's not like gonna be my everyday thing. I want something that's a little smaller, that's gonna fit in my pocket, or fit just in the console wherever to carry around the giant pad.
Well, maybe instead of bugging Jacob, you should just go buy a 2DS. I know there's a Target up the street.
Man, the I don't like the 2DS because I can't close it.
Yeah, no, I don't like the 2DS either. Small screen too.
The only thing I'm worried about is just scratching the close. So it doesn't.
That was one thing when the 2DS came out that I was like, oh, you can't close it?
It does fit in your pocket decently, but it's just weird. You close it, clamshell mode, you're in sleep, and it's good to go. And then 2DS, it's like you hit a button to put it to sleep. Is it going to accidentally turn on in your pocket or what? It's like a cell phone.
Yeah. I'm mostly worried about the scratches, but yeah. I'm those points are valid, but I just don't want to fuck up my screen.
So let's dive into the wealth of content, and that just basically comes down to the Nintendo Direct for Switch. So there are a lot of indie games. I'm going to try and run through some of the third-party stuff quickly because I know a lot of people don't know that. So RPGs. So as far as RPGs go, we see South Park coming to the Switch. Have you guys played it? Would you buy it on the Switch?
I have not played it. I want to. And if I was going to buy that game, the Switch sounds like the perfect place to play it. Because it's an RPG, it's something that I feel like that's the one that I would walk around my house playing. Like instead of I know I said I don't want to carry it around, but if I'm like just walking around my house like doing stuff, man, like that would be a fun experience to do on that.
Yeah,
so
it's low key.
And then you plug it in, and then you get on the TV. I feel like that's one of the RPGs that I would love to have on the Switch.
Honestly, I see you, Jimmy, having it set up on your little bar area while you're cooking. You just have the Switch set up, but you have the controllers in your pockets, right? So you're over, near the kitchen stove cooking, and you just have your controllers. You're playing a little bit. You put them in your pockets, do your cooking, bring it out again. And the screen's not next to you, so it's light. The screen's, over on the counter, but see, these are the Switch moments. Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely me. Lydia, you were really interested. Hold on. Lydia was really interested in Fractured But Whole. Would you buy it on the Switch or your PC? Or if I was to shell out for a PS4?
See, I just now started playing on my PC. I never PC game before. So I'm more comfortable playing on an actual console. So I feel like I'd probably buy it more on the console, like probably the Switch, because I really want one. If I can get you to buy one, then yes, I want one. I want one on the Switch, Jimmy.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big PC gamer, so I think that if I was to get any new game that's really got good reviews, I would want it on the console.
All right, there you have it.
I agree too. This and then the next game I was going to talk about, which is Undertale, are both games that I really have wanted to play, and I've never bought them even on PC. So between South Park and Undertale, I think this would actually get me to play the game, which Undertale is great. I know all about it. I just never played it. I really want to. I'm going to probably play it on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like these ports are new enough and relevant enough, and I feel like the platform is solid enough that even like this, like I still don't own a Switch, and it's been something I've been looking at for a while. But these announcements, all these extra ports, along with some of the bigger games that we'll talk about later, like it's getting mounting evidence to not. It's like you're almost stupid not to buy one at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have the giant lumen hands on your shoulder that is Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. Two of the greatest games of pretty much our generation, almost at this point, our adult generation, we can say. So more RPGs, Octopath Traveler. It's an indie game. It's beautifully styled. If you guys have not seen it, I would look it up. I think it's great. I don't know if I'll play it, but I'm excited for it. I think that's it for RPGs. Last port, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Play it, not play it, care, don't care?
My brother was really into Crash Bandicoot, and I just never was.
I can agree to that. This actually kind of goes more towards Jimmy with his big, long, I'm not going to say it on recording, but essentially your big grandoir about the, the third-party remakes being on all consoles?
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm all for that, man.
So if you
I
don't buy
love
this
just
game, I'm gonna call you a
reading.
hypocrite.
Which one?
The Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy, yeah.
But I'm not the biggest.
Oh,
I was never like the biggest fan of Crash.
It's like the people that would buy it on the same system that they started off with are the ones that are really invested. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, well, nice job, Jim.
Nice job.
But I just said I was buy like 2 other ports. I mean, like,
yeah. Okay.
just not
the one that matters.
I just don't
not
care
this
about,
one.
I just don't care about 3D platformers anymore.
And this one's really rough. I've watched the reviews on it, and it's still good, but since it's actually 3D, it takes away a little bit from what it used to be.
If I'm gonna play a 3D platformer, like, dude, I'm playing Mario.
You're playing
Like,
Odyssey, yes.
Dude, there's nothing. I'm not playing Crash Bandicoot. I'm playing Mario.
Yep.
Oh, I want that game so badly.
As you know, I don't have a lot of Nintendo consoles, so like, there's a backlog of 3D platformers that are much better than Crash Bandicoot that I have to play, and it's just not something on my radar.
And everything else that I'm seeing, pretty much as far as the indies go, are pretty small. We have Little Nightmares, Sushi Striker, which is like a game that revolves around making sushi and attacking people.
Yes. I want the Sushi Striker.
Do you?
That was one of the games that I saw, and I was like, dude, give me that Sushi Striker. It looks. I don't know much about it, but I just see it, and it just looks so flashy and so cool. You're just like, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, kind of the sushi.
That's you. Yep.
Lydia, did you ever play Okami?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
Do you guys know what Okami is?
I do.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game.
You need to educate her.
Yeah.
And buy a Switch for her so she can play this.
Yes.
Okami HD, I never played it either, but I got a little bit into it because I played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so Okami's a character in the game. But
oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. That'll look good. I'm going to add 2 more games in quickly. There are different Nintendo Directs depending on what region you're in. So Japan announced Taiko no Tatsujin. I'm going to butcher that. I'm sorry. Have you guys ever played that game where it's like the drum and you're like supposed to hit it at like arcades and stuff? Like you have the big drum and you have 2 sticks.
I think so.
It's like it's kind of like a cultist game. Like it's been out for a long time in like arcades and like portables and stuff. But I don't think it's really had an American release for the most part. So understandable.
Yeah, we had like one shitty arcade for like a couple of years, and that's the most arcade we had.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna see it there, honestly.
Well, yeah.
But I'm excited for that game. You use the little Joy-Cons to like hit the drum, and it's cute. Phantasy Star, you guys ever play Phantasy Star?
Never heard of it.
Nope.
It's a PlayStation game. It's another PlayStation game that's not on PlayStation. But Phantasy Star Online 2 is also coming out in Japan, which I think is one of my favorite kind of RPG 3D game. The online aspect will be great. I'm excited for that. You guys should look that up.
Yeah.
I'll jump into the big stuff, though. Enough about this. Mario Tennis Aces. Mario Tennis Aces. What do we think? I know that at least Lydia has played a Mario Tennis game before, right? Don't you have an N64? What?
I do, but it's so hard to find games. I need to just go on. I just need to go on eBay and buy a whole bunch of them. But I did pay. I played a lot of Mario Party. That's I know, so lame.
Yeah,
no, Mario Party is great. I just wish they'd have another one.
Yeah, we're waiting for that announcement.
Yeah, that's a lot of people have been waiting for.
I think that was kind of Lydia kind of hit the nail on the head that was kind of like my thing with the Mario Tennis. I was just like, I'd rather just have Mario Party. Like, it's a cool thing, but I'd rather just have Mario Party.
I loved Mario Party on the 64. It was so much fun. So I don't know. So I just loved it.
There's like 4 side games we're basically looking at. We have Strikers, which is football. We have golf, tennis, and then pretty much party. There's not really anything else. So out of those 4, we're basically saying, I mean, I know party pretty much takes the cake in most aspects because it actually had more than 1 game, 2 games.
Yeah.
If I had to choose 3 of the sports, honestly, I would probably be more likely to say Mario Golf versus tennis and soccer.
Yeah.
What would you guys say?
I like the tennis. Does the Switch still have motion controls?
It does. So you actually can literally swing it, and it'll register the different shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that sounds cool.
I feel like tennis for me. I just don't care about golf. I think tennis is fun. It's a little more active, and the style looks cool. I mean, it's fun. I think that with the motion controls, I'd rather have the.
With my experience with playing like on the Wii, because that's what we have, the Wii Play that everybody had when they had the Wii, and the golf just sucked so bad. I hated it. I hated it. So when you say like the golf one, I'm like, oh, I hope it's way better than what that was, because that was crap.
It's true. I mean, you don't really get much to do in the first place either, you know. I was trying to think about it. You know, soccer doesn't make sense either. Not much motion controls you can do there.
No.
I did forget about baseball. There was a baseball Mario game. That one I could see at least.
That might be fun.
Yeah.
Actually, I love baseball. So
yeah,
if you be on that.
I used to play a lot of baseball games on the Xbox with my dad, and I loved those. They were a lot of fun.
Like MLB The Show, that sort of stuff?
Like, yeah. And what was this one? My dad had this one. It was like it had Smash in it. It said Smash or whatever. And it had these fireballs, and you'd hit them and like break the Jumbotron. It was so cool. You could turn your players into like dolphins and play as a dolphin.
What the fuck?
It was pretty fun.
Is this baseball or Night at the Museum? I'm confused.
It was a really cool baseball game.
I'm going to have to look that up. You're going to have to figure out what that is so I can play a trailer next time.
Oh my god, it is the best game for baseball.
Loved
it.
I'm trying to think here. Would you guys have any interest in Splatoon 2? So personally, I got to play Splatoon 2 when I went to the Nintendo conference for the Switch. There was a early access event that they had in Chicago, so I drove there with my friends. Over a year ago, obviously. And we got to play a few games. We got to try Mario Kart, Zelda, obviously, and then I got to play Splatoon 2. And I've played shooter games before, and I really like Splatoon as a series, and I really like that they tried to make that an esport, and they're going really heavy on it this year for Splatoon 2. The mechanics are really fun. I don't know if you've looked at that. Maybe Jimmy might be a little bit more versed in shooters, but...
I haven't looked at it, but I'm looking at it right now. And I'm kind of remembering the announcement now and it's something that I would play with Lydia to get her into shooters. Like, she has a really hard time with shooters and aim.
Yeah.
That would definitely be something that we could go in on.
Yeah, I mean it's
arcadey.
Perfect.
I love arcadic shooters. You know, like given its background, but I like the arcadey aspect of Call of Duty. It's very mechanically arcadey. I know it's visually not, but put the visuals with the solid mechanics of something, and give me an arcade shooter. Yeah, I love arcade shooters, dude. Give it to me. Hell yeah.
I'm a terrible first-person shooter person.
But see, that's why Splatoon 2 is great. Third. But that's why it's great, because you're not trying to hit people. You're trying to hit the ground and everything around it, because it's basically one color versus the other, and whoever can paint more areas basically will win.
Oh, okay.
So you have a bunch of different weapons. There's one that's literally just a giant like paint roller, and you just run around just splatting the shit out of places. You have like your dual pistols, your normal gun. You have like grenades that are just paint bombs. And the big aspect is your squids, or your inklings is what it's called. So any area that's your color, you turn into a squid and you jump in and you go in the color and you zoom around and they can't attack you or anything. And you have ammo, but your ammo's ink, so you have to jump back in the ink to like refill and stuff. But the mechanics are fun, because you'll like paint areas and you'll jump back in to hide, and then jump back out to shoot people, and then try to dodge by jumping in. And you can like mass warp to any colored area. And then obviously you have like ultimate moves where you just spray everything. And the maps are super changing. So it's kind of hectic, but super fun. And I watched the tournament last year for when Splatoon 2 was first brought out, because the game's been out for a while. This is an expansion. But when the game first came out and they had a tournament on it, I watched like the finals, and it was super fun. Like, it was like It was like Overwatch's payload, where you like have to like move a cart, and they're like basically like trying to shoot their own area and like diving in to like survive. And there's just like there's ink flying everywhere. And it's like three guys on this little platform just trying to like keep it their color. And it was fun. It's really fun. I'd recommend looking into some of the videos.
I'm gonna alienate every single Overwatch player here, but I'd take Splatoon 2 over Overwatch, and
I would too. Honestly would.
It's not because of Overwatch and how it looks. It's because of how it plays. I just hate Overwatch. It's so boring. Don't enjoy playing Overwatch. I was super excited for it because I want an arcade shooter, and so Splatoon 2 coming to a Switch near me.
I think we have a new Syndrome esports branch. It's going to be Splatoon 2. We're going to have to get more people in on this. I'm totally down to go all in on Splatoon 2. The new expansion adds an extended single-player mode that has a lot of depth to it. Look up the trailer for the new expansion. What do they call it? Octo expansion is what it's called. It's a single-player. You play as an octoling instead of like a squid person. And you're by yourself. You forgot your memory. You're like a secret agent, and it's super cool. It's like a dark subway. It's like this weird thing where you're in a ball and you have to like jump back and forth and avoid hits. It looks super fun and super challenging. So I'm actually excited to try that and the game itself. I just need to buy the game. I'm being a bitch ass.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I mean, all I'm getting from all this talk about Nintendo Direct is it's just time. Why have I waited so long? Just give me these games. Give me this system.
Well, it's been 4 years since we've had the chance to witness something that changed the way that we view Nintendo, and basically changed the way that we've looked at esports too. Because I'm about to talk about something that literally has its history etched in stone back in 1999, and that's Super Smash Bros., which was just announced as coming out this year, might I add. Normally when they do this sort of thing, it comes out in a year in advance, and they're promising that it's going to be out to us by holiday time. This has been a game that takes Nintendo usually 2 years of development when they actually say that they're developing it. And we've heard nothing. No one has leaked anything about this, and now the game's coming out this year. How does that happen? How do you do that?
I mean...
I don't want to say the obvious thing.
It's surprising. Sorry, no, what are you saying?
No, I just feel like the way you talk about that, Tyler, it sounds like it is going to just be a port, which none of us want, but that's what it could be.
Well, so that's the first debate: is it going to be a port or not? I will point out the two key things in the trailer. In the bottom right corner, it says it's an original game. It's dated to 2018, which normally ports have to date back to when the game was first created. And it's made by HAL Labs. And HAL Labs only made Brawl. They never made Smash 4. Well, they made the original Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and then obviously this game. So is it a Brawl port? Is it an original Super Smash Bros. 64 remake? Or is this literally Smash 5? I think it's Smash 5.
Yeah.
I think if it's not Smash 5, they're wrong. Like they made the wrong decision. Like, everyone wants Smash 5. It needs to be Smash 5. I have faith in them. They've been killing it. I have faith that it's Smash 5.
So we know for sure we have Link is changed to Breath of the Wild Link. So nice long hair, flipping blue tunic, you know. Mario just looks like Mario. I can't tell if he has cap here or not. So we're kind of like sitting here like, is it Odyssey Mario or normal Mario? But then we have Inklings from Splatoon got thrown in. People are talking about characters that they want back. Any characters you guys want back to the games? I'm really looking forward to Ice Climbers, hopefully. I want my Ice Climbers back, dude.
Well, Jimmy and I talked about actually would be really cool if they had all of the players on Smash Bros. That they ever had.
That is a large discussion by itself. That really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just give them some names, man. What do I want? Yeah, tell them the highlights. What's the best? What's the characters you gotta play? What's gotta be in there?
I'm such a basic bitch because I just like to play Peach. That's all I ever play. And I move it around sometimes, but I always have to play a girl. I know that's so lame, but I do. Like I play Daisy and like the other. Who else
So
is
do
there?
we need another female character? Do we need Rosalina got introduced, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
are we going to see a Daisy, or do you think Rosalina Peach is it that we're going to see for females? In the Mario Kingdom,
Probably. I don't think Daisy's gonna come back. I just don't. She's not very popular.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think they're just gonna scrap her. Honestly.
They're just going to kill her off. Kill her off, Mario.
Bye. she doesn't need to be here anymore. It's cool. But other than that, I mean, I don't play a lot of characters. I mean, I'm hoping that they actually have I always say it wrong. Waluigi.
Yeah, Waluigi.
The purple Luigi. That would be so cool.
That's
like
actually
him.
good. That's a good idea, honestly.
I would love him in there.
I'd honestly take Wario's spot with Waluigi. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
Wario's okay, but I would probably be okay if they swapped his spot to Waluigi. That's just me personally.
Oh yeah, I think he's a cool guy. And he doesn't get to be in a lot of stuff, so it'd be really cool if they put him in it.
It's true. It's true. I mean, that's like the biggest meme on Reddit is Waluigi.
Yeah.
Everyone wants Waluigi in everything in their life.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take over and say I cannot live without my horrible, cuckest, like awful character, but I love playing it. Is just give me the Kirby, man. I love.
Okay. Back up for a second. So in Smash 1, Kirby was one of the best characters in the game. In Smash 2, he's dog shit. And Brawl, he was okay. When Brawl Plus came out, he tweaked better, and it's fine. In Super Smash Bros. 4, I actually mained Kirby as my character. His combos, I'll have to show you this video. There's this guy that I practice combos from, and he's super amazing at Kirby's. Kirby's got like some Street Fighter combos. He is not bad by any means in 4. I think he's the least solid A tier, people have said throughout the patch history of Smash 4. I think in Smash 5, this is the year of Kirby. Fuck Jigglypuff, dude. Jigglypuff's been just anorexic garbage for like the entire years of Smash Bros. Good, obviously. I mean, she's really good. That's why it sucks. But dude, Kirby's great, man. Don't. I'm with you, dude. Kirby's good. I want some Kirby.
Yeah, man.
Jimmy loves Kirby.
I get hate every time I play. I hate that guy. He just eats me and steals my powers. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do.
That's like literally what we do. What do you want from us? What else can I do?
I know they just get so tilted because of the crowd control he provides. I think, but I don't know, man. I love me playing some Kirby and his little bop hop. Man, he's just got bloop bloop bloop.
Favorite Kirby transformation, like visually.
Visually, I love when he like changes color. Like, I can't think of who he eats, but he eats someone and he like turns red and he has like this cool little hat on. Like, yeah, I feel like fiery and I want to just beat people. He like shoots.
Are you talking about him
shoots
eating
fireball.
Mario?
No, not Mario. Is it Mario? It's been so long
If he shoots
since
fireballs, it's probably Mario and has
That's
a hat.
Mario.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm
well,
like,
it's
what?
been so long since I've played because I played a ton on the Nintendo 64 Super Smash Brothers. Like I played that with my friends all the time. That was our game, you know. And then when it just went to Brawl was like the next iteration where I had friends that had it, and I just didn't like Brawl. Like
It was a hard game to get into. Not even gonna lie.
it's the one thing that I had to say about Smash 5 that I have to beg for is just cut down on the random chance like maps. Like that was one of the huge things with Brawl that just blew my mind. Like the walls dropping out from or floors dropping out from under you, just flashy transitions, stuff going. Just get that out of my face.
I think.
And I
Yeah,
didn't
just let you
four.
play.
Yeah.
Was 4 on the Wii U, right?
4 was on Wii U and 3DS.
Yeah. Yeah, and no one had a Wii U that I know.
4 was really good, honestly. They took everything that was good and made it better, and then they kind of made the bad stuff okay, and then they took out Spaceship Embassy, the single player mode from Brawl, which was literally like everyone's favorite thing. So I will say in Smash 4 they introduced Omega, which is every stage has Omega, which is just the flat platform, nothing happens. So it's not the full stage, but it's for professional players because they can't use stages with effects.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's the only thing that they added in Smash 4, which probably will be a little bit towards what you're looking for. But
yeah, give me that.
I think we need more maps where it's not so dynamic like that, regardless of Omega mode. Like just a normal like huge map that's fun to play with, like Temple.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like give me something that has like some random chance and some cool effects, but don't put it over the top. Like Brawl just took that stuff and turned it up to 11, and it was like eye cancer.
Well, and you and I were talking about it's okay to have that stuff, but make it an option to get rid of it.
Yeah. So perfect the Omega mode essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely. What else? What else you got? Opinions on, Tyler? You're super opinionated.
No,
so
I mean,
lay it on us.
For Smash 5, I think it's just important, especially for Splatoon 2 as well. Started in September, Nintendo's going to start charging for its online subscription service. So Nintendo is probably like, if I had to rate, I'd probably say, honestly, I think Sony has the best online system. I think Xbox is a close second, and only because Sony kind of took a little bit before they jumped on the pay wagon, and they, I think, offer better content with their online subscriptions and less issues. But if I had to rate Nintendo, they'd be like fifth. Like, I don't know who is third, fourth. I just know they're fifth. Like, let's see. The Sega Genesis is third, and the GameCube is fourth. So Nintendo itself is fifth. Like, the GameCube is over Nintendo.
Not even gonna give the PS2 with the you had to buy. If you had the original PS, buy the Ethernet port out, and you're not going to give that
no
any credit?
Because that gave you online. The GameCube had the same thing. We had to buy something to get an Ethernet port, but then it only gave you like you connect to another GameCube. That's it. So it's not even online.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not going to give it to that. That's better. But essentially, Nintendo's online service is just such a joke that even in Smash 4 it was okay, but I could still notice a lag difference between Smash 4 online and offline. Not as bad as Brawl. Brawl was hideous. I could never play online. But
no, that was like, I don't know. I couldn't even play Brawl to begin with. But then I did try playing it online. And what's the point of this? Like there's no point.
I spent a week and I got used to it. And then when I went offline to a tournament, I got hammered because I was literally inputting shit so fucking fast, just ahead of time. And it was just like, oh, now what? I already rolled. Now what? So that's key. That's key. They need to perfect an online service if they're going to start charging us for it, especially if this game's going to come out right when it gets charged.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. Solid online service. I'm not experienced other than the Wii, which was the worst.
Garbage.
Yeah,
it's such garbage.
If the new Nintendo service is 50, the Wii was like 20th.
I don't even know if I put it at 20. It's so bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
And that's all I had to watch Netflix on for a long time, and it was such garbage.
Yeah,
such garbage.
So hopefully that gets wired down a little bit better. The Switch can handle it. I think they're at a good spot hardware-wise. Switch has great wireless AC, and you can do Ethernet ports if you use dock and adapter. Yeah.
How's the friend system on that?
It's a lot better. It's still kind of friend code based, but they do have NFC. So if you're nearby people, it'll start to just pick them up and add them. So it's okay. You know, I think the big thing is people are like, please stop doing these friend codes. But Nintendo's like, we like friend codes. So
give me the lowdown. What's a friend code?
It is 4812. It's 16 digits that you have to remember, and that's how people add you.
Jeez.
Burn that to the ground.
Oh my god!
If I'm paying for it, and you're gonna make me you're gonna make me send someone a 16-digit code to add me, and I'm paying you money for this service? No.
That's garbage.
This is literally back in the DS. Like the DS literally started this, the OG DS. So they've had this for years. Almost a decade, I think, at this point. Yeah, pretty much a decade.
Yeah, pretty much a decade.
Yeah,
that's crap.
But they've been putting patches out to the Switch quite regularly, and now there's a lot more ways to find people in a better instance besides the friend code. So while it's still there, it's getting better. Just make it better.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know, but
is there seamless voice chat?
Oh.
Did I hit a nerve there?
I think that was a no.
So
Because that was my biggest problem with the PlayStation 3 was it was just like you couldn't just connect to your friend's voice chat and just stick in it without being in a game.
No, that's great. It works great actually on the Switch. Except it doesn't work on the Switch. You have to use a smartphone app. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
So they came out with. Okay, I'm gonna find it and screen share it because it's literally the funniest thing in the world.
You're telling me I gotta call my friend on the phone?
Hold on.
Voice.
Okay, I'm gonna screen share, and I'm gonna pull this tab over. So this is what they have. It is a headset where you take this little adapter and you plug one end into your phone so that you get the audio, and then one into your Switch so that you can actually hear the game, because you have to run it off of the app on your phone. So this is the official headset that Nintendo says you must buy to use voice chat along with your cell phone. Here's the diagram. You got your phone, your Switch, plug them both into this little adapter, and then it goes to the headset. It's a total of, let's see, 5 feet of cables, pretty much. 6 feet of cables. Yeah.
I don't want to Switch anymore.
Oh.
So yeah, welcome to the world of chat with Switch.
Oh my god.
Oh, not to mention that on the smartphone app, if you locked your phone or went to sleep, it would just kick you out of the channel. So they fixed that at least, but I'm just.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't run in the background. You had to have the app open. Like if you went to text your friend, it would cut you out of the chat until you came back.
Wow.
But they fixed that at least. So we're getting there.
They fixed it.
I don't think the Switch can handle video or voice chat and games at the same time.
How much is that headset?
It's pretty cheap. It's $28.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
At least they're not destroying you on that.
No, it's a decent price. I just don't want it in the first place, if that makes sense.
No, because then you can't even wear your headset or a nice one or.
No, you just need this headset for all your audio, including your game audio.
Yeah.
That's very painful. Can't they just make a dongle? I know this is. I know I hate dongles.
It comes with a dongle, but the dongle only works with the headset.
Okay, give me a dongle that works with any headset, dude. Just tell me except for dongle. I don't like the idea to begin with, and I understand that, but just sell me a dongle for my own headset, please.
It's going to get better. I think they'll have more things like a Bluetooth headset or something, because the Switch can... most Bluetooth headsets will support multi-device, so I'm sure the Switch could do Bluetooth where you hear audio from the Switch and then you also talk and hear audio from your phone through Bluetooth. It'll get better. I'm sure it will. It's just... Nintendo's kind of just reading the book called My First Online Service, and they're on page 2 where it's little Timmy hooked up his headset and talked to his friends, and they're wait, when do we start paying people? And they forgot about it until now, so now they're charging.
Yeah. I mean, that's painful. I feel like the integration should have been there to start. They should have looked that up. Should have read page 2. Read the whole manual.
They should have read the For Dummies version.
Yeah, written by Microsoft. Okay, I don't want to get too bogged down with my hour-long Smash talk. I want to hear Jimmy talk. Lead me into some adult cartoons, and I'm going to talk about the ones that I watch, which is hentai. So it's a little different. That's a different episode.
Different episode.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about adult themes in cartoons, and I'm gonna extend it to some other shows that I didn't quite talk to you about earlier. But really, I was watching the show Big Mouth on Netflix again. I was rewatching it, and it's just I got a lot of people. My brother was super against it, and I watched the I Hate Everything review of it, and it's just there's definitely some people who have this taboo against adult themes, and I wanted to discuss it in the fact that I think it's a way to explore adult themes that is just hard to do in the video medium of actual real life video, and it allows you to talk about things like in BoJack and talk about the things that we have to deal with as adults in a way that is digestible and understandable.
And has a little bit of humor.
And it's lighthearted, and it's easy to just get over it and just have a conversation about everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me some thoughts on that, Tyler.
Give me your specific example that kind of reaches out to you.
My specific example is definitely like I love the Hormone Monster because he embodies everything that has to do with like growing up and the hormones that go on, and it was just like something I really enjoyed out of that. And my brother was just like, man, screw this show, it's just too childish, it doesn't get me or whatever. I don't know. What do you think about the Hormone Monster? Like, do you think it's a good device to talk about these type of things, or do you think like we should just leave that stuff alone and people should just deal with their emotions?
Like, I can understand where your brother's coming from. It makes sense when you think about how we are at an age where it's funny, but it's not relevant to us too much. And the word for it for me is realism for the most part. Like the Hormone Monster and other aspects like the flashback scenes and the pillow episode. Like
my
those
least favorite episode.
Those are about realism. Like I'm not saying that every single person in my childhood fucked a pillow before, but I'm not gonna lie when I said at least maybe one or two have, and I'm sure everyone's had like that guy at some point in time, because that's kind of what you go through. You're dictating, or you're depicting like what, 3, 4 boys and 3 girls, 2 girls ish, like as they go through different lives and things like that and develop and change differently. And when I think about the Hormone Monster, I think about the episode where I don't know any names, but the younger of the 2 guys, not the glasses one, he's Nick. He's basically begging the Hormone Monster, like, is it my turn yet? Is it my turn yet? And all this other stuff. Because that makes sense to me, because that's kind of something that, if we're targeting the specific age group of people that are like barely there, which I could almost say Bad Parents 14, Bad Parents 12, 16, 18 ideally, but parents can parent,
Yeah.
Like that's where the realism really sets in. And obviously the emotional aspect of it is great. Like I really love the emotional aspect, but realism's the word. That's what I think when I think of all these characters and instances.
So you brought up something that Jacob did that I disagree with, but I want to hear more about it. Is you said it's not relevant to us anymore. I understand that. Like I get that opinion, but at the same time, it was almost like a revisiting, something just to go back and remember that time instead of it's plainly not relevant, right? I get that, but the idea of just reliving that and re-understanding it, I think is like important, because I think a lot of us forget about it. But tell me what you think about that.
It's a little bit different to me, because when I think about, hey, I'm gonna relive some things per se, not necessarily seek it out, but I watched the Pokemon OG opening theme and song and everything, and I'm reliving multiple memories and multiple childhoods and things like that I experienced throughout my life. And when I watch Big Mouth, I have a really bad memory in the first place, so it's hard for me to specifically say, oh, I remember when this happened to me at this age. I mostly just, I'm sure that I make stuff up. Like, I'm like, yeah, dude, I fucked a pillow before. I don't know if I have, but like my brain's just like, yeah, I remember that memory. Like, I can't trust that being real. It's more easy for me to put tangible things than try and think about, well, not tangible. It's less easy for me to think about tangible things that actually could have happened versus when I'm thinking about things that are like a memory of mine, like a fond memory of a game or like a TV show or something that's not necessarily real, not something I can physically, fuck, but for lack of words, but
yeah.
So that's what it feels like to me. I can understand that it is relevant to us because it is an adult show, and it is about us thinking about all this horrible shit that happened and how they're depicting it pretty much how horrible it would have been if I was my same age now going through that. That's exactly how I'd act and swear and yell and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not what I would consider something I would want to relive or cherish watching it. That's not why I watch it. It's more of a South Park to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lydia, you got any thoughts on this?
The quiet Lydster wait in her millions of moments.
I have a billion things to say about Smash. Not Smash.
Smash Burger?
Smash
All-Star?
No.
Smash
Smash
Mouth?
No.
All right, cue us
Big
out.
Mouth.
Take out the theme song.
No. No.
Somebody
Shut up. Okay, when people say it's not relevant, I feel like you're wrong. Because okay, for me, Big Mouth really showed me the opposite side of the coin for men and how they go through puberty. And I learned something, and then Jimmy watched the Hormone Monstress, and he was like, is it really like that? I was like, dude, you see me cry a billion times just like that. And he's like, oh shit. And hormones, especially probably more for women, are a huge part of your entire life. And so I feel like it's maybe a little bit more relevant for me. And you still are hormonal as a 20-year-old man. I can tell you that is true.
Mute, abort. We're out.
That's not meant to be sexual.
Okay,
I just meant in general, you're hormonal for a lot of your life, and it affects your emotions and your thoughts, and that's when people are like, it's not relevant, it's not real. I'm like, oh wait, you're just lying to yourself.
I mean, you got to look at it like this. It's saying that it's not real or relevant when you are never stagnant enough as a person to where anything that I am acting or thinking or liking or feeling now, while it may change every single day because I have issues, it still has something that pegs back to a part of me that happened into the past. And so the more that you know about how it used to be for people, for everyone, the more you can better understand them now, even to our age.
Which is what was great about Big Mouth, is I was able to ask more questions and learn about what life was like back then for other people around me.
No, I feel like the opposite, the opposite sex view was, I thought it was really solid, and I think it was a good way to get it in a lighthearted way without having to get into the nitty gritty. And I thought it was pretty interesting because, I mean, while you kind of get a lot of it from growing up, you don't get all of it, and there was definitely points that I picked up on that I was like, hey, I kind of understand that now.
And when you're going through it, you're a little bit more selfish and self-centered, and you're not thinking about how what's happening to you is actually happening to other people. And then when you watch something like that, you're like, oh my God.
Please place your mask over your face first before helping children on the plane. It's true, though. You're supposed to take care and make sure that you're okay first. And when you're happening, you're not okay. So
no. So it's a good platform to see other people and see what other people have gone through. And also. When you
put it like that, I agree more. I did not agree more until you mentioned that, and now I understand, and I actually physically agree with you on that. Well, I didn't think about it like that.
I also was raised really, really, really prude, and so watching these, it really helped me be like, oh my gosh, this is why people were saying this and doing this, and I really helps me with culture too, because I'm like, oh. Hey, that makes sense.
So
yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I feel like it helps the people that didn't fully understand it, more than it helps. Got it. Someone who got it, it was, the show's not gonna help you much.
So
no, it may just be something funny, but
which it is funny. I mean, it is funny. It has its own skits and things, but. That kind of rolls into my question to you guys, which is, does this literally need to replace our entire educational system, sexual educational system? Do you think this would actually be still relevant to show people that are in 12th grade, though?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Jimmy and I were talking about this would be something that'd be supplemental, I think.
I think so. I don't think replace, but supplemental. No. I feel like
we do need to change our sex education for sure, but I would not use just this.
Yeah, I use only Big Mouth on repeat every single grade.
Just this show.
No.
Maybe not just this show, but take some lessons least, like,
some little clips,
some lessons from it, because there's definitely some things that someone could have said,
Oh, I agree with that. There are definitely things that they don't talk about in school, and then you watch this and you're like, yeah, they definitely should have told me that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we don't have a monster that basically just kind of tells us how things should be. So maybe Big Mouth should be the monster for us. Not now, but
not us
for our future.
Next year.
Would
For
you
our
show this to your
generation.
kids? Are you going to show this to your guys' kids? If you have kids, obviously.
Am I going to? I don't.
Would
I
you
don't know
use
if it'll
this
even
to
be around,
explain
but
this to your kids?
If I had
you
some
had
that were
kids.
of age, to view this, yes, definitely.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
So you're just
If
gonna
there's not
have to
something
save.
relevant.
You're gonna have to like save a copy of Big Mouth on like CD just so you have it for future reference.
Yeah,
When the internet
I'll take out
crashes.
I'll take out my old Elgato from when I wanted to stream Call of Duty, and I'll
God.
record it on my Netflix, and I'll just make a hard drive copy.
Just have a flash drive only with copies of Big Mouth season 1.
This is for when you're 16.
You have like a do not break until 16 little glass thing.
Your 16th birthday, here's your present.
As soon as he just gives
We
you
got
one
you.
sass, I don't need that, Mom. You're just like,
Go sort out your emotions.
Find out what your hormone monster looks like.
oh God. Then your kid's gonna have like an imaginary friend until like they're 22. You told me to adopt this.
One.
Oh no, not that one. No, not that guy.
Not that one.
And he's like, that's my hormone.
Oh, God.
I felt really sad for Nick in that moment.
No, so if I can like alter the subject to almost the opposite stance, you guys have all seen Adventure Time, right?
Episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Mhm.
Okay, so I had someone at work that told me that was too adult to show to kids.
What?
And I thought that it was the opposite, in that it talks about these things in a very subtle, very kid-friendly way, but it still allows you to talk about, not all these themes, but some adult themes that kind of preps you for these type of things. And they were like very against that. They were like, no, I will never show my kids Adventure Time. That is like way too adult. And I'm like,
What the hell?
so I disagree with that, but what do you think, Tyler? Is Adventure Time too adult themed for, like 6 to 12-year-olds or whatever it is? I don't know.
I don't know if it's necessarily the case of it's too adult themed. It feels like to me that maybe us as millennials and some of the slightly older adults, half a generation up above us or so, maybe we are just a little bit more childish than a traditional OG senior is. I think that's necessarily the issue. I think that sometimes the way that I see people in my age range act would be the equivalent of what I'd assume that they would act like if they were back in like high school and middle school and stuff. And that's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I mean, you do like kind of childish things. Like when you flirt and stuff, you can be a little pokey and fun. In high school, you'd have the kids that run up and tickle girls and stuff. I saw people do that too as like a flirty thing to have fun and whatnot. But that doesn't mean that it's too adult. It just means that we have a completely different generation of kids that are watching this stuff that literally this is what they grow up with. I mean, let's go through the topic of, hey, kids are having sex younger and younger. Is that necessarily an issue that they're having sex younger and younger? Or maybe they're feeling that they are ready enough younger and younger. So is it the kids the problem or the adults the problem, really? Or are we all just kind of a little bit different and we mentally change differently? Saying that the show needs to be cut, I don't know.
Do you think that the show is a microcosm of that, or do you think that the show is the cause of, some people maturing quicker?
I think Adventure Time definitely kind of spearheaded this change in the younger generation. It also comes down to, honestly, things like, this is dumb, but Let's Plays. I attribute Let's Plays to moving the generation the way that they are now. Should ask Minecraft. Stuff like that, I think, really pushed the, not kids anymore, but like our college people, which then keeps going down and down the age groups and stuff. But that sort of stuff really pushed it over time. Adventure Time probably kind of spearheaded it a little bit, but it's just the way that it was going to go anyways. I think Adventure Time was a well-developed show. I think it's great for kids and adults to sit and watch together. And, there's a lot of shows like that. I kind of like Steven Universe. I kind of like Regular Show. Is just weird as hell. Like there's just
I love Regular Show.
There's just a lot of weird ass shows, and that's kind of like the meme for kids nowadays. And adults love memes. That's just what it comes down to.
But like, man, I saw like some old SpongeBob's and like Fairly Odd Parents. Those had. I felt like those are just as bad as
they
Adventure
are.
Time if you're gonna get.
They
into
are.
It,
They really
but
are.
everyone's just like, hey, SpongeBob is the best. But then I like a lot of people I know are like very skeptical of Adventure Time and the way it covers things.
Yeah, what about like Chowder and the Flapjack one?
Gosh.
Chowder was weird as fucking fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
He was so weird.
And I still grew up and loved that shit. Like I loved that shit when I was an older teen, totally.
Yeah.
But
Good.
That's what I would say. I think it's not necessarily anything to do about it's not suitable for kids. I think it's suitable for all ages. We just all grew up differently, and I think the kids are going to do the same with their media.
I also think it goes with you have to explain things to your kids. You can't just be like, here, there you go.
Of course.
And if you're just going to plop in front of the TV and they're just going to make up their own mind about something and they're going to misinterpret something, then that's not the TV show's fault. That's your fault. So,
parenting. What a long conversation in the first place. But yeah, I mean,
it's true.
If you really feel like your kid's going to be offended by this, then what are you doing as a parent?
Yeah.
There's
that was my opinion. I just didn't want to make it for you guys.
there's this like Facebook Target ad shirt that always pops up because they target the fuck out of me because I buy shit from Facebook Target ads and they got me hooked. But they have this custom Vegeta shirt from Dragon Ball, and it's a shirt with a quote basically from him saying, "You are offended. I'm sorry that you are so weak that mere words hurt you that much." I mean, it's pretty like non-PC, but it makes this point. Like the kids are basically gonna be in this way an instance that is deemed as weak, offended by all these words and things. Only if you basically train them to be that way. If you train the kids to be like, this is bad shit, then they're gonna be like, oh, this is bad shit. I'm being shit on.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
I feel like it's all about the context and you put it in, and I think we hit the nail on the head.
Is there any other examples that you had that you wanted to bring up for that, or is that basically your segment?
Those are the two big ones, but like the other thing that I was thinking about, I think we kind of covered it, but like I know everyone in high school was watching like Family Guy and South Park, so I feel like the idea of just introducing like having something like Adventure Time to where they can ease in before that and maybe delay that phase of vulgarity and stuff. Keep that a little pushed back. I don't know.
It's true. It slides into a niche that we really kind of need, because Family Guy or American Dad, in my example, dude, American Dad, he just shoots people all the time and they're just sitting there bleeding.
Yeah,
he totally does.
I'm just like, yeah, no, kids can't watch this. They're just gonna think that they can just shoot people and they'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like, the intermediate ones, I felt like were super important. And I don't think we should take them away just because we're scared of what kids are going to think.
Yep.
Honestly, we are getting to that point in time where I think we're going to have to wrap it up, but I kind of had one last question. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask or not. It's not really on the books or anything, so it's just kind of like out of the spur moment question. Jimmy, do you have a surprise for me at all?
A surprise? Like something we've never done before?
I'm just wondering if we do have some time. We're not that close. We have like 10 minutes.
I got 3.
You have 3 things?
I don't
want to put you on the spot. You can say no. It's okay. We can end it.
They're sitting in front of me, man.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, this is last minute. I know we've never done something like this before. Yeah, go ahead. I don't even know what to expect. What's going on?
All right. You guys know the drill. I got 3 questions for you. You've never heard them before. You got to pick them up and answer them the best you can. Here we go. Jumping right in. Let's start with Lydia. Put her in the hot seat.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, I need some flame emojis.
What fictional character would you meet if you could meet him in real life?
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. I read a lot, so I have a hard time. I think about books a lot, and then I think.
I gotta research my answer so you can go.
Does it need to be a book, or can it just be
No,
any?
Not any fiction, dude.
Any fictional character.
Go deep.
Okay, I could go lame, but I don't know. Jimmy, you put me on the spot.
I know. Come on. You're here, man. Pick it out. Lay it on us.
Okay, the only person I can think about right now, so I don't know if I'd actually do this, but I love Jon Snow so much. He's just so attractive and so awesome.
You go for the sex appeal, I see.
Yep.
I know exactly the simple ties to Lydia.
Sorry. That's yep.
Jimmy, you need to hit the gym faster, dude.
No, I just need a beard and
Oh gosh, you need a beard? Yes.
a beard and a wolf, and I'll be good.
No, I need to cut your hair a little, just a little. Yeah, then you're good.
You're there. See, you go, dude.
Yeah.
How's that beard coming?
It's not.
It's not.
I don't know if you can tell from the garbage camera I'm on, but for once I shaved everything but my mustache, and you can't tell.
Nope.
So yeah, that's how it's going. 25 years old here.
How long have you been growing that out?
A week.
It's looking great, man. It's gonna catch up in no time. I know I'm a little unkept right now. It's been a week, so just don't. I understand, dude. You're looking fresh, man. I looked fresh for like a day, and then it was just gone. So you don't understand how hard it is.
Jimmy wants it to be that hard.
Well, he's not looking at the right porn, so. All right, I'm gonna dive right in here.
That was a horrible play on words. That was bad. Yeah.
I got a great answer here, honestly. You know, people will say, Tyler, why don't you go with fucking Halle Berry? Why don't you go with Jennifer Lawrence? You know that you need something.
Wait, Jennifer Lawrence is a fictional character.
She's fictional in my mind. These people do not exist. Celebrities are basically fictional characters. I'm never gonna hang out with them, never gonna see them, never gonna touch them.
I agree with you.
Touch crumbs. You guys were like in the same picture.
All right, I'm gonna say Halle Berry, Catwoman. Okay, no. Anyways, no. I have a great example. I want to come to life. Li Shang, captain of the Chinese army in Mulan. Because
yes,
let's talk about this. I'm going to educate you on Mulan for a second here. So we have three.
I love Mulan.
We have three characters that are Li Shang. We have BD Wong. Do you guys watch Law and Order at all? BD Wong is the Asian therapist in Law and Order Special Victims Unit. I literally have watched every episode. Come at me, bro. He is sexy man, nice calm voice, crystal eyes, and he is the main voice for Li Shang. And then the singing voice is Mr. Donny Osmond, just a beautiful singing actor in the first place. So I'm getting both these amazing voices in one character. Not to mention, if we have a little tweak to the language and jump into Chinese, fucking Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is the Chinese Mandarin singer for Li Shang. Have you heard Jackie Chan's albums? Fucking that donkey video about movie star? Dude, Jackie Chan won awards for his acting, his stunt work, and his music. Amazing singer. I'd have him sing me some Chinese shit when I go to bed every night. Like he is like the perfect person that you want, you know. In the morning, he's going to wake you up to some great breakfast, you know. You're going to be in your tents, just come on out. He's just like, dude, let's get down to business. And I'm going to get down to business. I'm not going to defeat no Huns because it's 2018. You know, maybe I'll defeat some ISIS or something like that. I'll modify the song a little bit. Let's get down to ISIS. You know what? You know, he's basically
defeat ISIS, man. You totally screwed that.
No, we're gonna get down to ISIS. We need to get down there to ISIS. How are we gonna defeat them if we're not there? This isn't business. This business is when I go to work. This is legit army. Anyway,
You're saying it's not work to beat ISIS?
Yeah.
it's not
just
any
easy.
business. It's just gonna be easy when you have Captain General. He got promoted. Li Shang from Mulan.
General.
He's the perfect person to go to sleep with. You know, I mean, Lydia knows. Sometimes you're just, at night, you're just kind of cold, and then you just notice there's a nice warm body next to you, and you just lay your head right on their chest, and you're just kind of like, wow, I can see a future with this. And then he's just like, omae wa oshinaru. Which is Japanese, but he's bilingual as fuck. It's the 21st century. And that's why I picked
he
Li
has
Shang.
3 voice actors.
3 voice actors. Jackie Chan speaks Japanese, I'm pretty sure, you know?
What song would you have him sing?
Honestly, this is gonna what you like Jackie Chan or just Li Shang? You know, like
Yeah, Li Shang. He comes to life. It doesn't have to be in Mulan. What song does he sing?
honestly, this is gonna get a little out of hand. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't want him to sing his most famous song. I don't want him to sing that. Actually, Be a Man. You know, like I don't want that. If I could have him sing anything, it would be the Chinese version of Pocahontas's "Colors of the Wind."
Colors of the Wind.
Yes, because the language will translate perfectly and beautifully, and then we're gonna imagine like a portal, like not like a rise portal, but like there's like something just kind of develops and you're
Like
what's
a portal
going on?
portal.
Like maybe like a mystical gate, opens up,
Ugh.
and then he just like slowly walks through it, and there's mist, and then you just hear them just start off in his beautiful voice just singing to me, and I'm just like, I don't know what this is talking about, and then he's like, "Can you concentrate your motto?" And I'm just like, yeah, I can.
That's pretty solid.
All right.
Li Shang, everybody.
All right, man. I'm going to hit you guys with the second question. You get 1 meal for the rest of your life. You can only have this dish. So you got to make it, it's got to be something interesting enough that you can have it every day. What do you get?
Who do you want to go first?
You go. You're talking. Take it
Damn
over.
it.
Wait, can we add anything to it? Like as it is? Like can we add like
Yeah,
salt and stuff or just like
Yeah. You can make it your own. Like, yeah.
Okay, I know this probably sounds stupid, but I would eat tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich every day for the rest of my life.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I understand. I really had that sort of
Oh,
huge love for that. I really
I
did.
fucking love that. That or mac and cheese. Those are my 2
Ooh,
choices.
I was thinking about
just
that
now.
too.
Oh, the mac and cheese. Be a hard choice.
I feel like there's only so many ways you can make that. I would get
Nope.
so bored. Like,
Nope.
there's only so many ways you can make that. Like,
No.
Can
Count
I do
me
a,
out,
Can I
but-
do a follow-up question?
Yeah.
yeah,
What would you rather bathe in, mac and cheese or tomato soup?
tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
But you don't have
How
like
do
the
you bathe
noodles
in
just
mac and
the noodles just like tickling your back and your like buns and you're just like ooh as the noodles
Is it-
just
is it
slip and slide.
Is it like some really cheesy like Easy Mac, or is it something like something you get at a restaurant where it's baked mac and cheese?
No, not baked. Like it has a decent amount of. It's like the Velveeta. It is nice and like gooey. After a while, it'll kind of like solidify a little bit, but it would like slip down your like hair, and you could just like lick it as it's just like going down, and then you're just like you have a little bit in your mouth and you're just like gargling it, and then you spit it out a little bit. Say I've never swallowed before, but I would for you, and then you just drink some of the pool.
I feel like just for the interesting, if I got the chance to bathe in mac and cheese, I definitely would.
I feel like I would
Because
choose mac and cheese.
I kind of get what bathing in tomato soup would feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like,
It's gonna be tomatoey and kind of just like water.
that's what I was going to say. It's just like
But then,
water.
like, dude, if someone's gonna make me a tub full of mac and cheese, I can just. I'll go for it. Yeah, I'll hop in.
Lydia,
Tyler,
you
we're doing
thinking that?
Costco.
I mean, I think that, he's right. Otherwise you're just kind of sitting in red water.
You don't know if that's
Kind
blood,
of just trying to get rid
yours,
of
someone else's?
skunk smell.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tomato soup. We just
Okay.
established it.
Okay.
Smell blood.
Sure.
Maybe he wants to tell us it's tomato soup, and then it just be blood.
Yeah. Don't listen to me when I say that I'm gonna give you a bath with tomato soup. It's not tomato soup.
No, we're definitely taking the mac and cheese.
All right, Tyler, hit me with it, man.
I'm going to go with something a little bit more sentimental to me. So a few years ago, I went over to Japan by myself for the first time, and me and Kyle, shoutouts to Entropy, rip Entropy, went to this place that is literally this little hole in the wall. We had to call early to get a reservation, and you have this little table. It's like this small little private booth, like a little curtain shuts, and it's just you, enough room for maybe 4 tiny people, and a small grill. And they brought out Matsumoto beef, and it was some of the best beef that I've had in my life. And it was hundreds of dollars. Didn't eat that much, but it was so good. If I could have anything, it would definitely be beef, because I am on a high protein diet, so I'm trying to get those gains. But if I had to have specific beef, you could season it, you could grill it, you could bake it, you could just eat it raw. I would do some Matsumoto high-class Japanese beef.
Eat it raw, dude?
Yeah, dude, I just fucking eggplant that shit.
I mean, I've had some pretty raw steaks that I don't mind too much, but you at least gotta sear the sick.
That's what your mouth is for, dude. Just get it all nice and steamy in your mouth, and then just go right down.
I don't think you understand. No. Don't do that. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Just give me some base that I can just mix up any way that I want. That's the way to do it.
I'd eat it plain, literally, for weeks, dude. I can't get tired of some good old meat. You never know who's gonna like cook it and what it's gonna be, but steak is just like, it's always a different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love some good steak. You can make it like you said, you can make it so many different ways. Grill, fry it, bread it, put it in a chicken fried steak, man. Yeah.
All right, I want to go first this time. What's the last one?
All right, my last one's kind of just a trip down memory lane.
Oh shit.
What's the first video game that you ever? And tell me the joy you felt in beating it, if you beat it. The first game you ever owned, not played. So.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to look something up real quick, because I actually don't honestly know which one came first. I just want to make sure that I have. I'm pretty sure I know which one came first. 96.
Do you mean personally owned?
Yeah.
Like I bought it.
It doesn't have to be that you bought, but the one that you owned, right? So like mine was given to me, but yeah. So.
Hands down, it's probably got to be Super Mario 64 for me. I had to check to see what the years were between Pokemon Red and Super Mario 64, but it's probably just got to be that. The first thing that I remember is when I was young. I don't know. I got a N64, and that's the game that came with it. And I obviously built up a huge library from it when I was later in my age, but that's something that. It wasn't something that was given to me. Like I didn't get it for my birthday or Christmas. I look at it more as I earned it as myself, as much as a kid could earn it. Obviously, nowadays I buy a game myself with my money because I earned it, So to me, it felt like something that I actually owned, and it was mine and stuff. Some of my other games, yeah, probably not. Just kind of beg some people like a little fuckboy until I get it. But Super Mario 64 literally started it off and kind of pushed everything along for me. Up until I think probably one of the Zelda games is the first one I've probably physically bought myself.
How'd it feel when you beat that, man? Did you beat it?
No, I did, but
yeah,
I never fully beat it, because obviously if you get all the stars, you can go to the roof and Yoshi says hi and jumps away.
Yes.
But I mean, I never beat it fully like that, but
you got the game over screen or the game end.
I did. Yeah, I got the Princess Peach scene and everything, and it was great. It felt good. It felt like it was over, though. Like a big difference between modern era, but it just felt like that was it. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, it's like Odyssey. I beat Odyssey, and now there's like a third of the game still left to play that you unlock, and then you still have all this other stuff you can go back and do. But for Super Mario 64, I kind of remember feeling just kind of sad, because that's kind of just it. What do I do now?
You get the Yoshi.
I'm not that completionist, I'll catch Pokemon that I like, but I won't ever get all the 160 whatever 5 or so.
Dude, I have probably still have the save on my yellow version where I have 147 Pokemon, and the only ones that I need to get are through trade, and that's it. Like I just need to trade them. I never had any person with the cables and stuff to hook it up.
Sounds like you need to get a 3DS, my friend.
It does. It does. I wish I could transfer that save too, because I have like 600, like not really, but I have like several level 100 Pokemon that I just sat there and grinded through the Elite Four like 100 times to get all of them up.
You
so
can
I probably have
transfer
like
it.
2 or 3 teams.
You can transfer those Pokemon. It would take you quite a while. It's lots of
It's
games
so
that you
hard
need to
because
buy.
you have to go up and up and up.
You need a 64 and a GameCube at least. So
Yeah, it's brutal. Lydia, hit me with that. What's the first video game?
Okay, so for me, that's a weird question because my parents owned all our games. And so
What's the first one that felt like yours?
the first one that felt like mine was Banjo and Kazooie, for sure. And I got really sick, and my mom pretty much just told me it was mine because they'd had it for a long time, and the boys didn't play it. And I got sick for like a month, and I sat with our tiny little TVs about this big, and I sat with the Nintendo 64, and I just sat and played it and played it and played it, and I never beat it. I still to this day haven't beat it.
oh, I never beat Kazooie, but I beat Tooie. But ugh.
Banjo Kazooie, it's just that last level with the 4 seasons
Yeah.
is so fucking hard.
It's extremely hard, actually.
I'm like, I can't find everything.
So we're waiting for the Switch Banjo and Kazooie port so you can finally beat it.
No,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
it's not coming. You got to buy an Xbox for that.
I really wanted to get another Banjo Kazooie game, but I just haven't.
Have you played Tooie before?
No, but I wanted to get
Oh
it.
no, Tooie's so good. It's pretty much better. It's so good. Oh,
I know. I heard it was really good.
don't you have an
I
Xbox?
No.
Damn.
I had a
dude.
360 for a while, and then I gave it to Jacob.
You guys need to pick up a dumpster 360 and get the Banjo remake thing, the rare collection thing.
I almost think if I asked Jacob, that he'd just give it back to me.
Yeah, probably. Or that, or
Probably.
use your nice new Ryzen to play an emulator.
Later.
Just get like a N64
Yeah.
or get a GameCube adapter for the Wii U and just use that.
But
and play
that's
GameCube.
pirating. Dude.
It doesn't count if you already owned the game.
I didn't own it, but she did. She felt like she
I
owned
did.
it.
I honestly thought about well, I have it now. I convinced my brother to give it to me because my parents gave him the 64.
Mm.
So I was like, "Could you give me the Banjo and Kazooie game?" And he's like, "Sure." I don't care about it. I was like, "Yes."
Is there any workaround with the old systems and CRT analogness? Because I have a plasma and it's awful to play any.
Oh, I
Wii
can't
game
play the 64 on it.
too. All those are like impossible to play.
There is a guy that does modifications to older systems like N64s where there's a chip that you can solder to the board that'll do upscaling, so it'll make it look a little bit better, kind of like how the mini NES and SNES remakes that Nintendo just sold, like how those look
Right.
really good compared to the old versions.
But it's more the analog to
delay.
digital. Hurts it from, when your TV it plugs in through the analog stick, it has to a digital signal to display it, and that causes a delay, and that's really hard with games because, like, just think about Guitar Hero on that. I dealt with that forever. It's like, you have to like preempt everything.
Oh yeah, I tried to replay Super Mario, and I can't because you jump, and then you jump way after, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
It's
I'm
it's
dead.
like 900 milliseconds or like 800 milliseconds delay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I suppose the only thing that you could do is try and emulate it on a newer system because that's just gonna be the best way. I mean, the Wii you can grab a Wii for dirt cheap and you can download every N64 game. They pretty much
No, the
ported them all.
Wii is analog output, dude.
Is it
That was
still?
one of the biggest problems.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the biggest problem. That's the only thing that the Wii U even offered was digital
It was
output,
HDMI,
in my
yeah.
opinion. Like I was like, oh yeah, hey, we can play all the Wii games, also the digital output, so you don't have to play on delay.
Then I would go with one of the Retrokins or something like that. They make a lot of really good aftermarket SD card adapters systems where you can play like literally all your old school games and stuff.
Yeah.
It's either that or PC. I think PC is still the better way to go because then at least you can
Yeah,
use a GameCube controller.
Just emulate it.
It looks so
Emulate
good.
everything.
It really does when you emulate it. I've played Dolphin, which is the GameCube and Wii emulator, and playing Melee on it is really nice sometimes too. And Sunshine looks really good when you can crank it.
Yeah. I'm surprised I've never seen anyone like play Melee on an emulator.
There's too much of a lag, and it's not considered constitutional. There is a online version of Melee that has net play on it, so that you can play with other people. I think that's technically an emulator, so that's about the closest you can get. That's technically legal enough. So
cool.
I think that's basically it. I think we're good to go and wrap it up here. Oh.
I just thought of this. I have to answer that last question myself because
yes.
we were just watching my first game, Frogger's Great Quest. My PlayStation 2 came with it. My parents got me it because I wanted Frogger, and I didn't know that Frogger's Great Quest was not Frogger, and it was not Frogger. No. It is. Go look it up. It is the craziest thing where you're like a frog, fairy frog mother, not a godmother. She's a fairy frog mother who basically leads you on a quest to become a prince, and it's very like it's a 3D platformer. It's like Banjo and Kazooie or Crash Bandicoot, and it's just it's very knockoff-ish, and it's
bad.
I played it like 4 times. I beat it like 4 times, and it's the only game I had. Don't ever buy it.
Literally, the first thing that I see is some guy quoting, "There's not enough lines of cocaine in the world to make this a decent game." That's the first thing I see when I Googled it. Some guy basically long playing the whole game.
So, in contrast with that, the Slugfest game that I was talking about, the baseball game, it's called MLB Slugfest, and you can beat the fuck out of people.
Yeah. I remember playing Slugfest, but I don't remember turning my characters into dolphins or whatever.
You had to do special things.
Yeah, I never did that, but that was
My dad was obsessed with the game, so we had enough points that you could buy these little things, and people would be dolphins. You'd be going against dolphins and going against tigers and weird shit. It's fun.
How do the dolphins and tigers catch them? Or are they anthropomorphic?
I don't remember.
This is getting too scientific for me.
So should I check out this light? See if it's hot.
Yeah, let's do it. And end the stream with a nice touch.
Touch the light.
Bring the headset with you. I need to make sure I hear you scream.
Okay. Well, the headset cord is long enough.
Right here. No, it is. It's definitely.
I know. I'm kind of nervous.
Full palm that.
Okay.
Is it not hot?
No.
It's not hot.
No, it's not hot. Put my whole hand on it.
Sounds like you owe Husky an apology. They did something right.
Husky 1,500 women not hot after an hour and a half. I'm impressed.
What can I say? We have to go for longer next time. We need to keep pushing the boundaries. Just leave it on overnight, and we'll start the next stream. And then it's been 152 hours. We'll see if it's better now.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming back because. You hear that? That's just the light wobbling when I touch it. It's just so janky.
Here,
just let it screw down. And you just screw it down.
It's
everyone.
I'll show you. Oh, okay. I can't do it with the light on.
Turn off the light. Yeah.
It's
it just slowly just goes down.
Oh god, it's so bad. Oh, let there be light.
All right. With light, there is darkness. So let's go ahead and close up the stream here. As always, you can follow us, guys, on Facebook. Subscribe. Follow us on... Oh, I did say
YouTube.
Facebook. Yeah.
You forgot to say Twitter.
Twitter, yes. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. We do have a Twitter. I do tweet out when we have new YouTube episodes and stuff. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. I think it's Hot Garbage Stream.
Podcast.
Is it stream or podcast?
I thought it was.
No, it's podcast. Sorry, the email is stream. So Hot Garbage Podcast for YouTube. This one's not gonna be up on Twitch. Fuck you, Twitch. And then I'm sure we'll have it on Podbean and iTunes and stuff
Twitch
tomorrow.
Chat.
Eat shit, Twitch chat. You don't get to fucking chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Social medias. Anyone else want to give anything personal?
Nah, we're good.
No.
You guys good? All right. Well,
Good.
then I'm gonna cut it off here. Thank you
Thanks for
to our
stopping by.
special guest, Lydia Lydster, the third.
The third. No.
Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you stepping in for our long lost Carson. Hopefully,
Please be back next week, Carson.
Yeah.
hopefully next weekend we see you, Carson. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's basically it. So I'm signing off, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, have a great night.
You don't matter, you're no fun, your friends aren't cool, and what you do is nothing to brag about, unless it's something everyone has been talking about. Oh, wish that they had. If it's branded as valuable, and if it gets a lot of looks, if your social status improves, then she might take interest in you. But that's the only reason why she would. She's not a good person, she's only cute, and this selfish, shallow piece of shit inside of her makes her ugly as sin. Time and time again, I've given her a chance. It almost believed that there was a human inside of her that really fucking cared. But I asked for too much, invested in a hollow, empty shell, the kind that gets filled with superficial trash. Not a soul, no.